All right, so it's currently March 2nd, 6:21 p.m. and I'm making my first YouTube video for my channel, and I just want to talk about my story, why I go to the gym, why I train so hard all the time. Well, look, when I was 14, I had cancer. I was on chemotherapy for 2 years. And it all started really because I didn't exercise. I didn't eat good. I mean, I'm telling you, I used to eat horribly. I used to eat so bad. Like, whenever I was in 5th grade, I remember I used to wake up in the morning, probably eat like 2 bowls of cereal. And then after I got to school, I would eat whatever they had at lunch or the school breakfast. Yeah, what, like those like Hot Pockets and crap, bro. I would just sit there, I would smash those, bro. And I mean, there's no wonder why I got cancer, because I just sat there every day and I just ate so much processed sugar. I acted like I was invincible, like my gut was empty every day, and just kept on eating and eating, bro. And you're not invincible. Like, one day you're going to realize that all of this stuff that you're eating on a regular basis is going to catch up with you. And for me, it caught up way sooner than it should have, right? Because I was a freshman in high school whenever I got my diagnosis. And I remember it so well. I was on fall break, and I was just minding my own business. And one day, like, I just felt this pain, this aching pain in my bladder. And it just felt like something was like just stabbing me, and it wouldn't go away. And there was nothing I could do. I was popping Tylenols because I just thought, like, oh, maybe I had a UTI or some crap. Who knows, right? But I just kept on popping Tylenols, thinking everything was going to get better. And then one day, it was so bad, the pain was so bad, and I couldn't bear it, that I finally went to the hospital. But, like, this was after the fact that whenever I would have to get up and go to the bathroom every 2 or 3 minutes because my bladder had a golf ball sized tumor in it, you know, I wasn't sitting here thinking that it was something really bad happening to me, until that moment where it was like, oh, like, I literally cannot do anything without there being pain. This hurts so bad that I finally got to the emergency room. And let me just say, right, the next day after my diagnosis, which, by the way, they didn't even know what it was. They just gave me a CT scan. They said, okay, so basically you have something in your bladder. Okay, let's go schedule you an appointment, and you can go to the hospital, and, you know, they're going to take a look at it for you. So then, you know, me just being oblivious to whatever's going on, right? My parents take me to the hospital. Okay. I go in. I'm thinking everything is dandy. The next thing you know, right? I get surgery. I wake up. I have this super long tube coming out of my privates, right? And it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, why do I have this thing inside of my body? What is going on? And then they told me, yeah, basically you had this cell growth tumor inside of your bladder, this myofibroblastic tumor. And we're going to test it to see if it's cancerous. And whenever they said that I had this thing, it's like I didn't even know what to think. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Is there anything? Somebody's car going off. Is there anything I can do at all? And they were like, oh yeah, so we have two options. You either get surgery right now, which, you know, isn't going to be good because you're probably going to be in a bladder bag for the rest of your life because we can't surgically remove it without tissue damage, or you take this medication, this chemotherapy medication, and it'll shrink. We hope, is what they said. They didn't even know. It wasn't even a guarantee that it would shrink or not. They didn't even really know because it was a new medication. At the time, the medication was less than 10 years old. So this diagnosis was in 2017. And that was scary, dude, because I was a living experiment. A living experiment. Like, my radiologist really didn't even know what the outcome was going to be. So, you don't want this to happen to you. Because imagine you become the next experiment. You're the one that has to be in my shoes, right? You don't want that for yourself. Because let me tell you, like, after I was recovering from the surgery, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of urinating blood and having a sharp razor pain every time I went to the bathroom, every 20 minutes, do you want something like that to happen to you? Because it's not fun. I cried endless times whenever I was a kid, bro. And especially after I started taking the medication, I cried almost every day, dude. Because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if it was going to go away. And then whenever they told me it was shrinking, is whenever I finally had hope. But by then, there were still so many symptoms coming from, you know, chemotherapy, radiation. It's like I became depressed. My body was at war. Like, I would wake up not wanting to do anything. Go to school super early in the morning. Sleep through most of my first period classes for the next couple years because of how drained I was. I would eat lunch. I would fall asleep. I would eat dinner. I would fall asleep. There was like every single time, dude. It was like I was narcoleptic at that point, bro. I couldn't stay awake. And teachers, even the teachers were not understanding of what I was going through. And a lot of times, even like as a freshman, my teachers were like, oh, you know, you're the same as everybody else. So you have to, because we had a Veterans Day parade. I was in ROTC. And they were like, oh yeah, all the people that can't go to the parade have to do the essay. So I take this essay. I take this essay, bro, because they're like, oh yeah, you're the same as everybody else. But it's like, do you not know what I'm going through? And in my history teacher failed me. That even though I couldn't go to school for like a whole month because of everything that was going on, but she still failed me. And I tried to pick up my grades. But like, bro, the entire time in high school, I basically was just drifting through high school. So my GPA ended up being like a 2.5. I don't really give a shit about my GPA, but still it's like, you do not, like I said, the moral of the story, right? You do not want this to happen to you. And even after I got better, I still didn't take it seriously enough. around 16 years old, 17 years old, I was like, okay, I'm better. And then, you know, I'm still not exercising. I'm still eating like crap every day. You know, fast forward a couple years later, I started working a job. I started working at Panda Express, okay? And throughout my entire time at Panda Express, I actually started getting into the gym. So this is around the time where I turned 19 is when I started the gym. And I kept on eating poorly every day. Just because I was like, just eating because it was free. Eating because, oh, protein equals, you know, this is healthy. Like all this chicken and rice and stuff that I'm eating from Panda Express, it's going to get me jacked. Doesn't really matter. And then all this chronic hard work and poor diet, eventually around 20 years old, led me to become low test. I will wake up every day and realize, oh, holy crap, bro. My body, I'm stuck like this. I'm sitting here. Get up. I couldn't get up. Because my test was below 300. Whenever you're below 300 test, you can't get up because you have no motivation. Your body is literally fighting itself. You're sitting there and you feel like somebody beat you up in your sleep because your body is not able to do what it's supposed to do. So, after so long of just seeing all of these problems, okay, I used to have cancer. I used to have low test even whenever I got over cancer several years after. Okay, what is this? What is the lesson that is to be learned from this? Well, number one, the lesson is you need to push as hard as you can because, you know, you're not going to be able to control if a bad medical diagnosis comes to you. And the second thing is, even though those things might happen to you, you need to be able to realize that your diet is extremely important whenever it comes down to your diagnoses. Because I didn't care what I ate. For years, I didn't care what I ate. Like, remember I said I ate freaking 2 bowls of cereal in the morning. Man, let me tell you more about that. There were times where I would wake up in the morning, I would eat like a muffin and like a double chocolate Nesquik before I went to school, and I would still eat school breakfast, man. Dude, I was eating chocolate in the morning every morning, dude. And it's like, some people don't realize how it does catch up with you. It doesn't matter how old you are. It will happen if you are not treating yourself right. You have to treat yourself right. It's so crucial. It's so crucial. I can't say it enough times. But yeah, like, I woke up. I cleaned up my diet. I trained hard for 3 years now. And my physique doesn't even look anywhere near the way I want it to. But you know what? I call this rebuilding. I call this going from zero to hero, because your body, after something that insane, takes so long to rebuild itself. Like, and I'm 6 years in remission. They told me 3 months ago that I'm officially a cancer survivor. I'm 6 years in remission, and I'm just now getting to the point where I feel normal again. And I feel strong and I feel healthy. So just take my words of advice, right? You do not want this. You need to stay healthy as much as possible. You need to avoid all of the bad things in life as much as possible, or you will end up like I used to be. And I will never go back. I'm going to keep on eating clean. I'm going to keep on training hard, getting money, getting muscles. And I'm going to start posting more videos too. Because this is only the beginning. March 2nd, 2026.